and the SRL. So that's another kind of category that they have where they see, where they're saying like how much is I guess like kind of harmful, because here in this one is like 90 inhalation. So it's like once you, it's like if you can see here, they're saying like the it's a little bit it's a bit blurry, but if you see here where I'm here with the mouse, it's telling you how much you can get in a day before it turns toxic. This one, if you inhale like 90, I guess, milligrams of it, that's when it starts to become harmful.
So listen,
Yes, please.
like we buy a lot of our foods and everything now. When you read the ingredients, they have all those special little letters, and you don't even know what they really are.
Right.
So that could be some toxic stuff in there.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And all of these things can be Googled. That's the great thing about how we're living now, that these things are actually being able to be researched. And I think that this is the best database for understanding what these chemicals are. Like, I know a lot of people, when we hear health presentations, they say like if you can't pronounce something, more than likely it's a chemical that was made in the lab, right? So just to let you see how many chemicals are on this list.
Wow. And that'd be all in our food on those ingredients too.
So type of toxicity, cancer, developmental, female specifically. This is going to work on the female body. Developmental. This is developmental male. We're only on the
And then also when you
What is
write
their website again specifically? OCC?
OE
OE
HH
H
A
A
dot CA.
But by you saying that about the dye in the clothes, do tell you in there, everybody, when you do buy your clothes from any store, you're really supposed to wash your clothes before you
I am an advocate of that.
Yeah. You really do.
I don't care if it came in a pack. I don't care if it was out loose. Especially if it's out loose. I want to wash it because I don't know who tried it on. I don't know who touched it. I don't know who picked their nose. And I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm a burger, and I'm a little germophobic like that.
Right, me too.
I've seen like some cell phones were listed under that.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
So
It is.
I had to look, and I think I saw that one was maybe a little less, but it's like all kinds of things.
Cell phones cause cancer.
Yeah.
So I try not to use it that much.
I'm just gonna say, plain like that.
I use my speaker on mine because by it being wireless, that's what really messed my ear up over here.
Oh, wow.
So I just use the speaker. A lot of radiation.
Exactly. They've been talking about that for about 20 years now, since really cell phones came out a little bit after like brain tumors and brain cancer ticked up. And so they do know that, and there's a warning label when you buy your cell phone. When you look in the booklet, all the way in the back, like the last page, there's a warning there.
There sure is.
There's a warning.
And also, you're not supposed to be letting your phone sleep in the bed with you or close to you. You're supposed to be away from it.
If you can even turn it off, it'll even be better. I understand, like sometimes I don't turn mine off because I don't have a house phone on my floor where I am. So sometimes if someone needs me on another floor of the house, or sometimes I worry. I have like young cousins. I like to go out and stuff. I just like to have my phone on just in case something. But I'm gonna put in a house phone and turn off my cell phone at night. It's just nobody can do that.
They got to
put mine at a distance, right? And like on my dresser, when my bed is over here, I put the phone on my dresser, and I never use the wireless earplug because the wireless earplug is supposed to be more damaging than just using a regular wire.
That's what happened to me.
Never use the wireless earplug.
He's so right about that because that's what happened to me. I can't use no earplugs or nothing. Can't use none of it.
Safety first.
Yeah.
So I'm just going down more on this list just to let you know. We're on the P's.
What's the name of the list again?
So the name of the list is Proposition 65.
Oh, okay.
So it was proposed to the Californian residents by the government, and they voted yes, Proposition 65. So if you just Google Proposition 65, it'll come up. And just to let you know, this particular website, the OEHHA, and I'll just go back to let you know that this is the California office, right here, the California Office of Environmental Health Hazard Assessment. So they're actually the agency that assesses environmental health hazards.
It's like our ocean.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it has everything on here, yeah.
Okay. And I just. Okay, I'm done. That's right. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. Peace and love.
I know people in California too. So.
I think Prince, you're next. All right. So we have Brother Prince with a dynamic, interactive presentation. I don't know if you wanted to do something. There was a little table. You want this on or off? We can turn this off, right? Yeah, we can turn it off. All right, guys, for a girl on the Zoom, I'm gonna stop sharing. And I'm going to let Brother Prince.
There's just only me, Mom.
Brother Prince, you need the, you wanna hold the mic or you want these things?
I gotta set up.
Okay.
I'm not the only one that can't hold that.
Okay, Prince is gonna set up. Did anyone else have any other comments, concerns,
Oh, yeah.
questions?
Do you think, since we are finding all this different stuff out, that they're gonna compensate people who they done harm?
Yes,
You
they
think
have
so?
to. I don't think though,
Can they get cause by my daughter having that chemical, and it's their fault, is there some kind of compensation for her?
well, you know Monsanto, right, got sued big time because of the Roundup and how many farmers, got cancer, from using Roundup and things like that.
Yeah.
So they paid millions of dollars out. Like right now, they're still selling Roundup.
Oh, yeah, my mom used that Roundup for her
Don't
grass.
use Roundup.
She used it a lot. Well, actually, the lawn person that she had coming out to her house, they were using it. They used it a lot, and so
Did they tell her to stay off the grass for a few
yeah,
days?
they did for
Yeah.
some days. But then sometimes people, her grandchildren, if she have them over, they might go outside and go play in the grass anyway.
Yes, it's a difficult time that we're living in because at one point, we're in this modern world and chemicals have done a lot, to advance the world. And because I have this debate all the time with someone that believes in GMO foods. He's just like, listen, there's 7 billion people on this planet. There's no way you can feed all those people without GMO, right?
Right.
And he's from Haiti, and he knows about being hungry, and he knows about scarcity. So he's like, if you're in a place, when you go to, I'll just give you a quick example while he's still setting up. Go to the market here, and you look on the shelves, there might be like 20 items of the same thing, like in a row. When you go to Haiti, there's like 2.
What?
So he understands, right, from his upbringing, from his life experience, that there's not always enough for everyone. That's where he's coming from. We don't deal with that because here, like I said, like we get a little bit of the baby formula, there's a shortage and stuff like that. But we don't deal with that like on a regular basis. So there are some people that are like, yeah, GMO, farm them fish.
Right.
Pump that chicken up because I'm hungry. So there's this like weird dynamic, like how do we solve the problems and how do we meet the demands of all the markets, food, household ornament, all of those things.
I think they
Right?
should take some of that stuff, a lot of stuff, off the shelf.
Yeah, I mean,
I
the
really
FDA really should be banning these things.
Yes.
And in Europe, a lot of these things are banned already.
Wow.
Trans fat was banned in Europe for like 20 years. It took the Bloomberg to come into office and ban trans fat in New York City.
Wow.
So it's still being used around the country.
We have
so.
one drugstore up in Buffalo, New York, and it's called CVS. And they're the first drugstore now that took cigarettes out. They won't let nobody, they
I
don't sell
love that.
cigarettes no more.
I love
in
that. You're
store.
saying you're a pharmacy, right?
Yes,
So how are
yes.
you selling cigarettes?
They-
Like that,
Exactly.
that never makes sense to me.
They-
And I thought that all the other pharmacy, the chain pharmacies were gonna follow.
Well,
They
they
didn't.
didn't.
Walgreens didn't do it.
No.
Rite Aid didn't do
But
it. They still sell
CVS
cigarettes.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, CVS did.
So you know, we just need to encourage
Buy cigarettes.
the more conscious. Oh, right here. If you put it here, you can.
So, sister, question.
Yes.
So you think it's enough food to feed most of the planet without GMOs?
Well, people will have to start
Growing.
taking matters into their own hand and growing their own food.
Yes.
I do believe, yes,
That's right.
the government and the farmers and the food manufacturers would have a hard time feeding everyone all the time if they didn't GMO the food, right? To make things grow quicker, to make the chickens, develop faster and get that, onto the market. So we really have to, one, be very conscious of what we're consuming. Do you really need
All right.
10 chicken wings?
Thank you.
You probably
No.
can be full with 5.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Or
40%.
2 or 3.
40% of food in this country is wasted anyway.
Yes.
It's a lot
Yes,
of
it
waste.
is.
It's a lot of
40%?
waste.
Yes.
So we don't need as much food as they're producing anyway.
Yes.
So it's an oxymoron, and we could be doing a lot better to not have to, put that strain on the market, the demand on the market, right? They're like, oh, people want 10 chicken wings. Did you hear, at some point in the pandemic, they were like, there was a shortage of chicken wings?
Yes.
But it wasn't a shortage of like chicken thighs or chicken breasts. It was just the wing.
Chicken wing.
It
Because
was
you know
like-
why? Chicken wings are the fattest of the chicken, right? Mostly because it's mostly skin. So that's
I felt like it was really because it's easy to eat.
Yeah.
Like you can just like pop it, you know what I mean? But it's like
Yeah.
if you're pushing the food industry to that level of where now, even though they're producing so much chicken, that they're still getting short. There's still shortages. That's only gonna make the food, industry say we have to produce more.
And I think also we have to understand if you travel around the world, you will see that the way Americans eat is very unusual, right? When it comes to the quantity of food they eat, and this is the country of more and more and more is better. And I think Senegal, they just voted the law to allow GMO products, and I think it's a disservice to the citizens of the country. One, because the farmers don't realize the long-term effect of using GMO and everything around it. We have a very poor infrastructure, health infrastructure system. So we know that the food that you consume will dictate how well you're gonna live, right? So if you introducing GMO and you have a poor health infrastructure, it just doesn't make any sense. And again, you spoke about Monsanto. They're trying to sell those. They've been in Africa for a while, and they're trying to do business in there. But what we're also losing is our culinary heritage, because if you use those seeds, you buy the seeds from Monsanto's, you cannot reuse them, right? So that means that the more farmers we have using those seeds, we're gonna end up losing the natural seeds that we've had. So we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna be depending on Monsanto to and how you gonna live like that, being dependent of a company that is going to sell you seeds that without it you won't be able to. So looking at the short term, or GMO doesn't whether you look at the short term or the long term, and especially for Africa, because we need to be if we want to be independent, we gotta cut off ties with these corporations and these Western powers that are there and not giving us the space for us to be able to be independent. And when I look at it, the GMO thing, it just doesn't make any sense. But the citizens of the country and the farmers don't have the right information to be able to make those decisions, because they're gonna come and say, "Oh, you want a higher yield? If you use this, it's gonna work." But then they're not explaining to them,
The other effects.
And
So I just want to say
Okay,
one
okay.
thing in terms of, um, we want to limit the amount of GMO that we put in our body. However, there is ways that we can combat it after it's been consumed. A lot of these things that are anti-inflammatory, like what the brother is going to talk about now, and also free radicals. There's things that combat these things. Antioxidants, excuse me. So
Yeah.
like pomegranate and the berries and all of that. Is, the Most High is amazing, right? It made all these natural things that can combat whatever is naturally going on with the earth that could harm us, but also chemically. So it's an amazing thing.
And the last thing, the steroids that they put in the chickens, you gotta watch what
We're
size
eating that.
chickens you eat.
We're eating that.
Yeah.
If you eating that chicken,
Yeah.
it got pumped with steroids.
The big
or-
ones got the steroids in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's just more than one chemical that, we're up against on everything. So honestly, the best thing is to eat organic. We have some
Yeah.
organic food here
Yes.
for everyone.
Yeah.
So definitely look out for those labels. Do your research. Some are more organic than others, because if you're only like 30% organic in your production, you can put an organic label. Okay, I'll talk about that next. Thank you. All right, give it up for Brother
I
Prince.
have a lot of words in my ear.
To continue on and further in her conversation, to continue on to further in her conversation, to enhance the conversation, it's a fact that meat, it's fattened up with cardboard paper. Cardboard paper is processed with formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is embalming fluid. Embalming fluid is carcinogenic, cancer forming. Catch one man's medicine is another man's poison. See, we cannot reach everyone. And I'm looking here at the number of flyers that were put out yesterday and the lack of numbers of people that are here. I understand it's by divine appointment. It's by predestiny. It's by fixed destiny, each and every of the few individuals that are here this evening. Now, what I want to first share with you, I want to speak regressively to progress in this conversation. First of all, I want to show you the principles of Ma'at. Here in my hand, look at my hand, not your hand, look at my hand. You have an M right here in the palm of your hand. Within that M, you have an A. Here you have another A. And down here you have a T. M-A-A-T addresses Ma'at. Ma'at means truth, justice, honesty, reciprocity, and I'm going to speak progressively to progress in this conversation again. Look into my hand, not your hand. Here you have an N. Here you have an A. Nah. Here you have an M. Here you have an A. Nama. Multidimensional. Interdimensional. New Amsterdam Music Association. Nama. So those that have come here, you came here for a purpose, for a cause and a purpose, predestined, we call it in the Masonic order. In the Masonic order, we call it predestiny, fixed destiny, or by divine appointment. I wish somebody could, or Howard, to hold this mic
The mic, oh, yeah, that.
this
There you go.
on the stand. And I apologize for my behavior. It's difficult with, as formerly, the last presentation, we did it outside and everything was pre-set up outside.
It seemed okay to me. I
So
don't see nothing wrong.
it's even
I
more
don't see nothing
difficult
wrong. I don't see
to
nothing wrong.
define how to set up here on the inside. I had anticipated on doing anti-inflammatory indicated either you're part of the problem or you're the solution.
Right.
So my interest was addressing a solution before addressing the problem. We've all heard the problem. All my life I've heard the problem, the condition. My focus point is a solution to the problem with the 1% that is dominating with their foot down and the heads and neck upon the 99%. How the 99% can get the foot from off their heads, from off their neck. In my last lecture, and I would like this to be spoken by individuals that weren't in my last lecture. Does anybody in here who was not in the last lecture can identify what this is?
It look like a phone, a grape.
Who was not in the last lecture?
Oh,
Anybody know?
She wasn't in
I wasn't in the last lesson.
Okay. Can you identify what that is?
A
It's,
squirrel
it's
nut.
not a seed.
Uh,
It's a nut to be articulate.
It's not a walnut?
It's a,
Other than that,
it's that thing inside.
Oh, I know what it is.
It's inside the, what's that
give the
seed?
people that were not here in the
That
last
green
lecture.
thing.
No, she wasn't here.
I wasn't here.
Okay.
I can't see that
It's
ball.
that,
I just want you to see it closer.
yeah,
'cause
it's
you'll-
that thing inside that green thing we eat. If you, it'll poison you. You
Can
can't.
I see?
What's that guacamole? That guac. What is that thing called?
Avocado.
Avocado. Yeah.
Can I
Is
see?
that? Is it that seed?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's from the avocado.
El Haj Malik Shabazz was here. He said,
Sorry.
Wait, let me see that.
you've been hoodwinked, swindled,
Oh, that's actually
bamboozled,
from the avocado.
duped,
It looks like
and
it is.
hoaxed.
Huh?
But wait, can we just see if the Baba can identify what it is?
Seed with an avocado seed.
I think it's an avocado seed.
You heard him?
He said,
Say it a little louder so he
I
can hear.
think it's an avocado seed.
correct.
From the mouth of babes. Did y'all hear the babe here?
No, I ain't.
Say it one more time for the background here.
The avocado.
That the child would, I would like the child to come up here and participate in this lecture.
Right.
All right, so here, you can take it to him.
No, right.
Thank you.
With that beautiful shirt.
Bless you, bless you. See, children, from the mouth of children will come wisdom. Now, if you take an avocado seed, and I know that we've been programmed through 64 years of our former enslavement
Alright, they did a good
to
job.
take it and discard it,
Yeah, that's right.
throw it away.
Throw it away.
We should learn to eat foods according and by their shape.
For an animal.
What is this the shape of? What is this the shape of what organ of your body?
Your heart?
No.
What's the shape of our body? What do you say
What's the
now?
shape of the organ? What?
What organ or what gland, to be articulate, is this the shape of?
The
A
third eye.
gallstone.
That's the third eye.
Thank you. Hello. Okay,
The third eye.
this is, we've been hoodwinked, swindled, bamboozled, duped, and hoaxed.
Right.
How many of you in here would like to be clairvoyant?
Yeah.
How many? How many would like to be clairsentient?
You got to find it.
How many in here would like to be clairaudient?
Can you define those terms, please?
Yeah, these are more.
Will you use here?
I'm speaking, I spoke of three matters. You have 3 parts to your finger but one, 3 parts to your arm but one, 3 parts to your leg but one, 3 layers of skin tissue but one, 3 parts to your eye but one. You have 3 parts to your lower intestines but one. You live and dwell and have your being on this earth. There's 3 cores to this earth but one. The animal air you breathe has 3 parts but one. I'm speaking that you reach back to your triune's being again. This avocado seed, it will get beyond your motor functioning. The avocado seed will get your transmission center functioning. The avocado seed will spike up nitric oxide within your being. You see, the nitric oxide within my people during the 64 years of process of their captivity was in a flat state, a dormant state. The nitric oxide needed to be spiked up, puffed up. So therefore, the avocado seed will spike up, will puff up the nitric oxide and get that transmission center, the sphenoidal octopus, shifting from alpha, beta, delta, theta, zeta, beta, gamma states. The avocado seed example, you see how strong it is?
Yeah.
Okay, if you have a condition, stiffness in your body, okay, where you feel that you cannot move and you're not flourishing, not agile, that you don't feel lively. This, you know for a fact, an avocado is a whole food unto its own. This nut, this is not a seed, this nut has more mineral, more vitamins, more nourishment in it. And to go a little further on that, I had a knife here, and I were to take the avocado and open it up. You see the outer part, the outer layer, you see the inner layer, and then you see the nut. 3, referring to third eye food.
Right, third eye.
You's getting it now?
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying that El Hajj and Malik El-Shabazz addressed that we were hoodwinked, swindled, bamboozled, duped, and hoaxed. Okay? I'm trying to bring you back. Okay? Now, what I would like is, can you wash your hands real quickly? You already did. Awesome. Okay. Now, what I'm going to have you do, I wish these gloves could fit you, but you already washed your hands. Okay, I want you to take and open this bottle and pour it into the blender. And then take another bottle and pour it in the blender. Take another bottle and pour it into the blender. Now, over here, I have pre-cut the avocado nut, and I have ground it up in a coffee grinder. Okay. Now, you can do one more, maybe. I think we can get one more.
You got my favorite water up here, too.
Let's hold this whole point. Okay, now. This take this around and walk that around. You put the water down. Okay. Walk this around and let your mom and everybody take a whiff, take a smell of it. That's ground up avocado. This is ground up avocado nut. Am I giving you substantial, sufficient explanation
Sure.
on the benefits in behalf of the avocado nut?
Yes.
You probably
If
will,
not-
but I ain't gonna eat it.
Yes. Thank you.
Can you mentioned nitric oxide, can you, and it sounds like something beneficial, but if we don't know what it is, could you tell us why we need it?
I don't wanna smell it. Thank you.
Well, if you choose, I'm not being obnoxious, but if you choose for the transmission center to be down, like the computer's down, and you're not accessing the nitric oxide to spike it up, to puff it up, then your transmission will not function adequately, where you can get the foot of the 1% off of the 99% head. Pardon, I need to move on because I'm they gave me 15 minutes. Yeah. What I want you to do is take this and dump it in there. Okay. You can hold it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Hold it. Yeah, let me have it. Okay. Hold that. Put it in.
Be careful.
Make sure you get it inside. Move inside. Yeah. You see, what has been held what's been held from us is okay. Want me to finish? The avocado is inflammatory. It's antibacterial, antimicrobial, antiseptic.
Stop doing that.
Antifungal, anti-germicidal.
You always use the whole seed?
Yes.
How many did you grind?
Okay, these, as you see, they're small seeds. This species of avocado. There's 3 seeds that were cut up. First, I cut the seed up.
Okay.
Careful, don't cut your fingers. Cut the seed up with a knife, and then put it in the coffee grinder. Grind it up. Then after I grind it up, then it's ready for the blender. If you put it in the blender, it's going to be a very long time. You won't get it finely ground up like this. See, this is what the 1% won't teach you, because they don't want you to be able to tap into your higher self, your third eye. Thank you. Understand, I'm not here to culture pimp or holistic pimp. It's not about that. It's about 528 hertz, divine love for my people. Okay, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this machine up. What I want you to do, I want you to put it on low. Hit low. Now, what I want you to do is take some of that, a little of that, and drop it in there. This is the shape of your veins and your arteries. That's where it goes, to your veins and your arteries.
That's CMOS. Is it CMOS?
CMOS. Irish moss.
Baba. Stop. Look at me.
This is cinnamon. It's going to help give it flavor. If it was, I wish I had nutmeg, but I don't have nutmeg. Watch. Keep going, keep going.
It's obviously good.
I'll let you taste it before. Okay, what else? I wish you had some nutmeg in it. And ice. I don't have ice in there. If anyone wants ice, what we'll do, I'll give you a little bit.
This.
Great commercial. Okay, now. If anyone would like, it would be more convenient for you to come up. And I'll let the child hold the glass and I'll pour so that it doesn't go all on the floor.
I'll take some.
Curious. You want half?
Yeah, stop right there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Who's next?
I'll volunteer.
Okay, you want half or whole?
I'll say half, but I want to make sure you have enough to go around.
Okay.
Thank you.
3/4.
Wait. Give to the gentleman first.
Thank you.
Half is fine.
So, Prince,
Hold it up right. Now, if it had some nutmeg and some ice in it, it would be more intriguing, more fancy. What's your opinion? How is it?
It's the second one though, actually tastes good.
Somebody else's hair?
Are you doing some now?
Who else? Who else care for it?
Are you doing some?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it.
Thank you.
so, Prince, you have to.
How often are people supposed to drink one of these types of,
Are you getting some?
Is it nutmeg in it?
No nutmeg. It's only cinnamon.
Oh,
Cinnamon, sea moss, water, and
Good, huh?
the seed.
Very good.
Okay. Who else? Who else would like?
I'm coming.
Okay, it's sweet.
Robert, don't do that.
Have enough for maybe one more cup? You drink this at your own choice.
No.
Your own
Give to the lady.
prerogative.
Baba. Oh, you want give.
No, thank you, baby.
Give it to her.
I get
There is one here.
There's one there? There's an extra. There's an extra cup? Someone else? I have maybe one more cup left. Who else? Anybody else? What's her name? Loju or something like that? Amani? Amani? Where's Amani? Did you want to take? Yeah, Amani? Yeah.
So can you, we're gonna,
Who else? Aloju or who in the back?
the prince.
You could just cover it up.
Okay. All right, you can move on to the next person.
No, we just want you to give us conclusion for what your, what
Okay.
this is. And then we can go, move to the online. Oh, sorry,
The word mason means master builder. I'm not speculative mason, I'm ancient operative mason. I'm operative. Okay? I'm Bay with a double ill up front. El Hajj Malik was a double ill. L is referring to when you think of your being, you think of chemical, electrical, and mechanical. Okay? So he was a double L, the electricity running through him. I'm Bay with a double L up front. The MA of El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, MA is the first two letters. MA is referring that he was a magnetic speaker. Anyone that came before Marcus Messiah Garvey was MA, a magnetic speaker. Martin Luther King was an MA, magnetic speaker. Although Marcus Messiah Garvey and Martin Luther King were MAR, they were descendants of defeated Maroon Army. This is something that hasn't been told to you, it's been kept hush-hush from you. The word Maroon means runaway slave. The word Maroon means fighting war, going back to the letter written in the palm of your hand. MA is referring to more. They currently call them Marines in the U.S. Army. We're descendants of defeated Maroons throughout North America, known as Moors. This drink is to accelerate you, where that 1% put his foot down on your heads and neck of your ancestors to bring you into dumbed down states of ruling, control you. That you have the inability now to go out and to teach others to lift that foot from up off their heads and neck. I'm beyond my time. We'll talk after this. Someone else has to come.
Thank you.
Can I say one thing about the hands? Can I say something about the hands? The palm of
Go
our
ahead, real
hands?
quick, please.
Well, when I don't know, do you believe in the Bible or whatever, Jesus, right?
In fact,
I don't know.
in
if I
Lashawan
can-
Kodash, the Holy Tongue Ancient Hebrew, there's no J, E, or U.
Oh, okay.
Now, yes, yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So what I read in the Bible
Bible?
about the hand,
Jake, the Jacob.
about our hands, when we open up our hands and look, because this is where they hung him at, and it's imprinted in our hands, right? Where they stuck him. And that's what all I see when you open it and you see Jesus. That's what I read now.
Bible is an acronym, and the acronym Bible means basic instruction before leaving earth.
Yeah, I know that. By B-I-B-B-L-E.
And God is also acronym. The acronym means as a more good ordinance from the Department of Justice or good orderly direction. The acronym God means their gold, their oil, their diamonds, their guns, their oil, their drugs. If it doesn't mean drugs, then it means diamonds.
But it's
If,
his
it,
story,
if
though.
oil, if it's not oil, then it's OPEC.
So history is his story. Okay.
Okay, but we can talk after this
All
because
right.
there's other people that want to come.